Hi guys, and welcome back to a new video. So today I have another great trick for you, a classic if you will. One of the phases of this handling won't work great on camera or at all on camera, but it will work out there in the real life, and that's what I hope you do with these tricks. You take them out there and you perform them in the real world. Okay, so I probably shouldn't do this, but I'm gonna reveal one of magic's biggest secrets, okay? And I'm gonna do that using the 4 kings, okay? So we're just gonna take out the 4 kings like this. Let's see. Just like that. Yeah, that was all 4 of them. Great. Now, I'm gonna reveal one of magic's or gambling's biggest secrets. You know, you probably know that magicians all around the world are banned from casinos, right? Because they know how to cheat. I'm gonna explain that using these 4 kings, so the king of clubs, hearts, spades, and diamonds, right? And I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna teach you or demonstrate a technique called palming that we use just like this. I'm gonna demonstrate it using these 4 kings, okay? Now, you probably heard the phrase to have a card up your sleeve, right? Some people think that although I have short sleeves like this, I have some kind of device that would pull up a card up my sleeve, across my shoulders, right? And then down on the table, just like that, okay? And as you can see, that's completely absurd, leaving me with only 2 cards here. But that's an absurd explanation. So I'm gonna explain to you how it's really done. We use a technique called palming. To palm a card is when you conceal it in your hand like this. But it's a very hard technique to do. You might flash a corner. You might, you know, they might see the card through your fingers. So it's very hard to do, which is why I have developed something I call the invisible palm. When you it looks really good, right? It really looks invisible. And then you simply come down like this, and hopefully you bring the card with you, just like that. So that's pretty cool, if you ask me. Okay, let's do it one last time. I'm gonna demonstrate with the last king, the king of diamonds, like that. Okay. Now, normally I would palm a card from the top of the deck, so that's what I'm gonna try to do, okay? Now, if you have sticky fingers, it's easier because you can have that card kind of stick. If you're a little bit moist, if you're a little bit sweaty, for example, look, it will stick to your hand, and then you can take it into invisible palm just like that, right? And come down, and hopefully, yeah, there it is. So we've had that last king travel also. So that's pretty cool. But, you know, if you're gonna gamble, why use the kings when you can use the best cards there are, the aces, just like that. If I rub the last king, it also turns into an ace, and that's pretty cool. Okay guys, let's learn this trick together. Okay guys, if you like that trick, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe, because we have a lot more nice tutorials and stuff coming. Now let's learn this trick. So this trick is called Open Travelers, or sometimes the Invisible Palm, and it's basically mostly by Larry Jennings. You can read his version in The Classic Magic of Larry Jennings. He has a different method. He uses something called the palm change. You can find in Erdenace, which is a really cool way of doing this. It's a little bit harder though, but if you want me to show you that version, just let me know in the comments. This version, I don't really know who came up with that little change at the end. I came up with myself, but I'm for 100% not the first person who came up with that. So, but if you know who came up with these other phases, let me know in the comments as well. If you want to do this impromptu, you can simply, as you take out the kings, you can use the spread call to call these 4 aces to the top as you take these out, as I did in the performance. That would be, as I said, completely impromptu, or you can have these on top as you begin, okay, and have the kings spread out, and then you can simply do a jog shuffle to retain those aces on top, you know, and then go through the deck and take out the kings, okay? But make sure not to spread all the way to the top so they can see the aces up there, okay? So you're gonna take these out, the kings. You're gonna get a break under the aces, the 4 aces, okay? So you're gonna get a break. You can do that with a pinky count or a thumb count if you prefer, like this. Or you can, this is not as good, but this is also a method you could use. You can put these on top, then you can spread them, spread the kings to show them, and spread 4 more like this, but try to do it a little bit subtle. And then you square up and pick up on those, and you've added those aces underneath. But if you can do a pinky count, that's a lot better. And now we're going to do the Braué addition. Simply pick these up, show the 4 aces by peeling up the first one with your thumb, using the packet to flip it over. So you say we're going to use the ace of the king of clubs, the king of hearts, you do the same thing, the king of spades, the 3rd king, and as soon as you flip that over, now you have 5 cards here. So that is why you keep these fingers together at the front, so they can't see that, okay? And also try to hold this, slant this a little bit, or tilt this a little bit, so they don't see it from over there, okay? But as soon as you flip this over, you simply place all those 5 cards on top, like so. You take that and you flip it over, okay? So now we have king, ace, 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 and the kings, but we're not going to use them anymore, okay? So now you're going to get a break under 2 cards. You can do that with a pinky count or some other methods. You could just lift up on them like this. That would be an easier method, okay? But you get a break under 2 cards, and now you can either simply pick them up like this and then spread over 1, 2, 3 more. So you have a double. This is a double, okay? And then we have the rest of the aces. Or you can do, we talked about this before, a push-over move. What you do here is you push that double over, and you do that by, I have a big break here now, but you're gonna put your 3rd finger, I use the 3rd finger, and push over and extend that at the same time. And by doing that, you keep those 2 cards completely aligned. So you can watch the double lift video if you want some more details on that. So you take that like this, and then you push over 3 more cards, okay? And you set the deck down. So, and you don't show them, they think these are the kings, but now we have the aces and a king. Again, this one is a double. And now you take the top one, the double, and you put it on the table. When with a little bit of practice, they shouldn't split, okay? And now you have 3 cards over here. And this is the move that doesn't work on camera, but actually works in real life. What you're gonna do, you're gonna talk about having a card up your sleeve and have some kind of device to pull the cards up your sleeve. And you're gonna motion like this, and when you get, you can't see this now obviously, but and you look, you know, you look at your finger, so you go up to your right, to your left shoulder like this, then you go across the shoulders and you follow this with your gaze all the time, okay? And when all the attention is over here, you simply square these up and you push 1 card over, okay? And now you come down and you're gonna supposedly add 1 card over here, okay? And the surprise here will kind of take away from this, so they really won't notice this in real life. I've done this a lot of times, they never notice that, okay? And you're gonna do this, you're gonna try to, you're not just gonna come over and spread it like so. I like to try to come, I'm aiming over here with this part of my hand, okay? Come down like this, and as I turn the hand down, that card will slide to the side, basically, like so. Okay, and hopefully they won't see that. So now they think they see the same card as before, of course. But as you lift and there's another card lying there, that's a pretty cool effect, okay? And now you can show, you have a double here and a single. You can show, okay, you get only 2 cards left here and 2 cards on the table. Now you take these, you square them up, and you slide that bottom card over, okay? So now you have a double on top and a single on the bottom. You pick these up with your left hand and you put this down just like that. Now you have a king and an ace here. You're just gonna switch places of these two for the trick to work later, okay? And now you're gonna do the 10th vanish. This is also from Larry Jennings, I believe. You're gonna first take the card into palm. Don't show the face, of course. And again, talk about how this palming technique is very hard because you can flash a corner, you can see the cards through the fingers. So it's very hard to do. And you place it back, and now what you're gonna do, you're gonna shield it, pretend to take it into the palm again, but you're simply gonna drop it like this and square these two up, okay? As you come away and you pretend like it's palmed, and as you do, if you want to, you can drop this double on the table, again, taking care that they don't split, and then you pretend, you know, okay, you make the card invisible, and you do the same thing down here, okay? That card will slide and they will still think that's the same card, and again, you come away, and even if you're a little bit sweaty like I am, it will kind of, that card might drop from your palm, which looks really cool. It looks like, okay, it materialized again and simply dropped on the table. So that's pretty cool. Okay, now you square these up, and now you're gonna kind of prove what you're doing actually is true, because you're gonna show them this card. You're gonna, oh, make sure not to split the double, of course. You're gonna show them this card, and you're gonna show that this card actually travels, okay? So you take the double, you turn it over, basically like a double lift, and you place that to the side. Again, you slide 2 cards over. They think you have 3 cards here, but you have 4. The top one is a double. You place that on the table. You're gonna do the rub-a-dub. I think it's called the rub-a-dub vanish or something like that. Again, the first time you actually, so you push this card over and you actually come down with your hand and cover it. And again, if you're a little bit sweaty, you can show them that it actually sticks to your hand. And you do that again, but this time, as you cover it, you simply pull it back onto the deck, okay? And come down with that hand, okay? So, gonna work a little bit on your angles there, but this is pretty angle proof for the most part. And again, you pretend like that card kind of sticks there, and if it doesn't, it doesn't really matter, okay? And then you say, we go into the invisible palm again, and you do the same move, you come down, and boom, that card has traveled across. And now you can show them that, okay, it was the king that I showed you before. It really was the king that traveled, okay? And now we're simply gonna do the last kicker. We're gonna change these cards into the aces. And we're gonna do that with a top change. These 3 are already aces because we did the Braué edition or the Braué edition before, okay? So I like to flip this over, and you're going to have a lot of misdirection. A lot of focus is going to be on these aces, the revelation of the aces. So boom, you come over, you do the top change. Okay, watch the top change video if you haven't. And you can simply rub that last king. And that has also turned into an ace. Okay, so that's a little kicker ending. I really hope you like that. Please leave a like on the video and subscribe if you did, because I'm going to show you a lot more cool tricks. Thank you so much for watching this week. See you next time. Bye bye.